Happy Tuesday morning. I am coming to you live from my home office today, but I'm actually about to travel. I catch a plane this afternoon. I'm working doing some professional videos all day tomorrow, and I'll be back home on Thursday. How is everyone this morning? Hope you guys are having a fantastic week already. It's Tuesday. Yesterday was a Monday for me. It was one of those days where I had a list that was this long to get done and felt like nothing I did yesterday got accomplished. Like, it was just one of those days. I was squirreling all over the place. That's Catherine's word. I was squirreling all over the place. Like, I'd start one project and go to something else. It was bananas. So I think I wasted a whole day yesterday. But it's okay, because today's a new day. It's Tuesday. The sun is shining. It is 80 degrees. It's supposed to be 80 degrees here in Batesville, Arkansas today, and I'm flying to where it's cold, and I'm not happy about that, but I am super excited. Look at my new shirt. It says, "Shut the front door." Who likes the shirt? Shut the front door. Let's go ahead and share this video out with other people so we can get people on. What we're going to talk about today is something that we are inboxed all the time about, and we in our keto community push for your better. We have absolutely tons and tons of people that post, "Oh my goodness, I lost 5 pounds overnight. What just happened?" It happens all the time. When you're doing keto, we pray for the whoosh. We're going to discuss what the whoosh is. I'm going to take super scientific terms and turn them into Amy language, because I can watch all of these doctors and all of these science videos and I'm like, huh? Can you please put that in English, right? So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to turn all of those science, nerdy, really smart people, like super brilliant people, we're going to take their language and put it down to Amy level, which hopefully will help you guys as well. When you share this video out, be sure and write shared, because we do send UCANKETO prize packs to 3 people who share this in other groups, weight loss groups, keto groups, whatever, wherever you think someone needs to know about 5 pounds overnight, okay? 5 pounds overnight, no products needed. This is not a video to pitch a product. What we're going to talk about here, and not only why we get these whooshes that we like to call them, but how you can help your body produce its own whoosh. Who's excited about that? Anybody excited about that? Like, we're not only going to tell you why it happens. There's some people that when they talk about the whoosh, they say, oh, it just happens. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, here's the thing, okay? Here's my theory on this. And this is an Amy theory, right? Like, okay, so here's my theory on this. It's like labor, okay? It is like labor. People say, oh, it'll happen when it happens. You know, just let your body do its thing, right? But there are ways to induce labor. I mean, there's this thing called Pitocin that they put you in the hospital and put it in an IV, and you're going to go into labor, right? Most of the time. So it's kind of the same thing. When people talk about the whoosh, and they talk about, oh, you can't help it, right? You can't do anything. It's just when your body decides to release it. I don't believe that, because I believe there are things you can do. These are tried, true, and tested. Like when people message me about a stall or, you know, saying things like that, right? When people message me things like that, I start telling them things they can do to produce a whoosh. And guess what? It works. So that is what I've lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet since March the 17th of 2017. I am maxed out on my friends list, so please click follow and see first. We do keto tips, tricks, and hacks on my personal page every single day. Make sure you're following my personal page, super important. And if you're not in our keto group, please write group in the comments below. We do free weekly meal plans. We do exclusive Q&A videos. We do all kinds of amazing support. We have 145,000 people and this amazing community with an amazing inner circle. Catherine, if I could talk. Catherine, Wendy, Terry, Alexandria, Dawn, you guys rock my world, and you guys are the best inner circle that a girl could ask for, and you're absolutely amazing in helping these 145,000 people lose over 1 million pounds. Okay, so let's talk about the whoosh. What is it? Like, how do you wake up one morning and the scale goes down 5 pounds? The actual definition of a whoosh, I'm spinning now, I need to stop. The actual definition of a whoosh is any time that you lose more than 3 pounds overnight. Okay, that is technically a whoosh. What is a whoosh? Okay, let me explain it to you in Amy terms. Ready? Your fat cells are like balloons. Okay, they're like water balloons. They fill up with fat. That's why you're squishy. That's why, like, when you're trying to lose weight, you're squishy. Okay, does this make sense? That is why you're squishy. It's because those fat cells, that's where they are, right? Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about it, guys. Hold your questions to the end, please. That way we can get to all the important info so you guys can see it, okay? Your fat cells are like that. They're squishy, they're yucky. That's why you're squishy and yucky, right? I was squishy. I'm still got squishy spots, but that is how those work, right? Okay, here it is. Here's what happens. Okay, those of you that are talking about prolonged fasting, we're going to get there. Give me just a second. But these water balloons, when they release the fat, you actually, when your fat's burning, when you're in ketosis, you will not have a whoosh until you're fat adapted. Write that down. Whooshes will not happen until you're fat adapted. Okay? You may lose some water weight before you're fat adapted, like I did. Raise your hand. I did. But you will not have an official fat whoosh. Okay? A fat whoosh is when your fats, like the water that you're drinking, consuming, fills those fat cells up once the fat's been released. So you're actually burning that fat, but the fat cell doesn't know what to do. It's like, oh, I've got to stay here because I've got to keep her warm. So it fills up with water. Okay? This is why you start losing inches before the scale moves. How many of you guys are seeing inches lost, but the scale isn't moving? Okay? But the scale isn't moving. This is why, okay? You lose water weight and you've burnt some of the fat, but the fat cell still fills up with water, okay? What happens in the whoosh is that fat cell finally decides, okay, you're not going to fill me back up with fat, so I'm going to go away. Everybody with me on that? That's when a whoosh actually happens, is when your fat cell realizes, okay, you're not going to fill me up with fat. You're burning it as your fuel, so you're not going to fill me up with fat, so I just need to go away. That's when it releases. And that, my friends, is when the scale moves. That, my friends, is when the scale moves. Okay? Now that you know what a fat whoosh is, would you like me to tell you how to induce a fat whoosh? Okay? These are tried and true tested ways to induce a fat whoosh. Okay? Number one, you must be fat adapted. Okay? So, and what fat adapted means, if you want to go to our Push for Your Better keto community, you can type in the blue search bar, fat adapted. And that will get you, pull up a post that I made that has all of the circles and tells you exactly how to know you're fat adapted, okay? Fat adapted, like, here's how I can tell when I'm fat adapted. When I can drink something with MCT oil in it and not run to the bathroom. That's how I personally know I'm fat adapted. That means that your body knows what to do with the fat you're ingesting and it's burning it for fuel. Okay? Thank you guys for sharing. You guys are the best. So you must be fat adapted, okay, in order to induce a whoosh. Every time somebody calls me when I'm doing a live, never fails. Okay, so you have to be fat adapted, okay? Number two, you must, and everybody's different for how long it takes to become fat adapted. Most people, it's 5 to 7 weeks, okay? It's 5 to 7 weeks. But not always. You can become fat adapted. Some people can become quicker. Some people it takes longer. You just increase your daily fat every single day to help your body become fat adapted. That's how you get fat adapted, okay? Number two, you, ready for this one? Increase your daily water intake, okay? Increase your daily water intake. I don't care how much water you're drinking. Increase it by 12 to 24 ounces for 7 solid days. 7 solid days. That's going to help flush your system. That's going to help move along those fat molecules and stuff out of your body. Let me be very, very clear. The more you go to the bathroom and you're peeing, okay, we're talking peeing. I don't talk about poop. Y'all know that word freaks me out. So you go to the bathroom, and the more you're peeing, the more that you're flushing the toxins out of your system. And with that helps the scale move. Pretty simple, right? Increase your water intake. Okay, that's super important. And I'm not talking about going and drinking some more unsweet tea. Okay? I'm not talking about going and drinking something with all this flavoring stuff in it. I'm talking about regular, real water. Okay? I'm flying tonight, so I will have to double my water today because that is how I keep from getting like bloated and things like that when I travel, because I have to flush my system. Okay? So it's super important to drink regular, straight up water. Okay? Super, super important. So that's number 2. Number 3, how to induce a fat whoosh. Intermittent fasting. Okay? And guys, intermittent fasting isn't something you just decide to do one day and then not do it for another 2 weeks and expect it to work. Okay? Intermittent fasting is something that you need to commit to. Okay? Let me explain very, very quickly how my personal schedule is for intermittent fasting. Okay? Intermittent fasting. Sorry, I was reading Catherine's thing and I thought I said something wrong. Yeah, sorry, it's why I shouldn't read comments. But I do read Catherine's because I'm like, oh gosh, did I mess something up? It's always funny. Okay, here's the thing. With intermittent fasting. This is my schedule. This works for me. You find what works for you. Okay? You find what works for you. Here we go. We're going to talk about intermittent fasting. Number 1. 3 to 4 days a week. 3 to 4 days a week is a great time to average intermittent fasting. You don't have to do it 3 to 4 days in a row. Okay? It doesn't have to be that. For me, I fast Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays normally, and I may throw in another day during the week. Guys, Thomas and I go to breakfast on Saturday mornings. We do. It's our thing. That's something that, unless I'm traveling, that is something that we try to commit to every single Saturday morning, is sitting down and eating breakfast together. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I spend a whole lot of time on my iPad and my phone working with you guys, you amazing human beings that are becoming part of our UCANKETO community. Spend tons of time with you guys. So for me, that Saturday morning breakfast is super important. Okay? So, and that's his time. And that's something that works for our marriage and our relationship. So with that, I don't intermittent fast on the weekends normally. I do sometimes on Sundays accidentally because we're running for church and I just don't have time. But so what I do is I fast 16-8. So I go, when I eat at night, let's say I stop eating at like 5 or 6 p.m. at night, okay? Only do water after that. And then I don't eat food again till noon the next day. Okay? That is literally the best way to induce a fat whoosh, is intermittent fasting. Okay? Super important. Let's talk about intermittent fasting real quick. I have a whole nother video on this, and this will probably be the video I do Thursday. Will be straight up all on intermittent fasting. Catherine, write that down and remind me. So the next live video I do is going to be all about intermittent fasting. Okay? Here we go. Here's the thing. Dairy, like milk of any kind, will break a fast. Okay. So with that, bulletproof coffee, depending on what you put in it, may or may not break a fast. Modere coffee and creamer, for me, does not break a fast. Okay. It does not break my fasting. The trim specifically, I don't do in the morning if I'm fasting that day. I do it at lunch with my first meal. For me, that's what I personally do. Okay. So just wanted to throw that out. Wanted to give you guys, that, but I will do a full, almond milk is not considered dairy, but most of the time it'll break a fast. But I will do a full fasting video on my next live. So be sure and click those 3 little buttons at the top and push subscribed. That way you'll get my fasting video, because I will do my next video all about fasting, on what does and what doesn't break a fast. MCT oil does not break a fast. Let me give you that straight up. Okay. That's what I got. Yes, whipping cream is considered dairy. Yes, heavy whipping cream will break a fast every single time. But I will do more on fasting on Thursday. So be sure that you tune in for Thursday's live. Also, 3 to 4 times a week is the optimal time to do intermittent fasting. You don't want to do it every day, because if you do it every day and then you eat, you're probably going to gain weight. So intermittent fasting 3 to 4 days a week is absolutely the best thing. Do not intermittent fast every day. You will slow your metabolism. Fasting every single day will... Now, y'all, I'm talking weight loss. If your doctor's having you do a 24-hour fast for a specific autoimmune issue or something like that, listen to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the internet. I'm just trying to help you lose weight in the happy, healthy way. Okay? That's my goal in life. Bone broth doesn't make a fast. All you fasting questions, stay tuned Thursday. Make sure you subscribe, because I'll answer all those fast questions for you on Thursday. So to recap, to induce your fat whoosh, drink more water, intermittent fast, and make sure you're fat adapted. That is how you can lose 5 pounds overnight with no products. That is how you can lose 5 pounds overnight with no products. How awesome is that? All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Share this video out. Share. Make sure that you share this video and tune in Thursday for more on intermittent fasting. If you've had a fat whoosh, let us know in the comments below. If this has been helpful, right value, let me know what I can do to help you. Please join our free keto community at Push for Your Better, right group if you need the link, and I'll see you on the inside.